Memorial Day weekend, as most Americans know, is the weekend of the Indianapolis 500, and I have a friend in Speedway, Indiana, so I had the chance to go up and visit him and go up to the raceway. I didn't have a ticket, which run about $100 or so or more, but that was fine with me. I just wanted to go up and check the ambiance, so went up there and started recording some video. But for some reason, while I was up there, the police decided to single me out, despite the fact that there were 500,000 people streaming into Speedway, Indiana, and into the event itself. And there were people out scalping tickets. There were people out drinking with open air containers, and people probably selling their front lawns without a license or whatever for people to park. But for some reason, they didn't like me, and I am beginning to think that maybe it was because I was recording the event and recording them. It was still a lot of fun for me, but I have to say that the police put a damper on it for me and kind of spoiled the feeling I was looking for, kind of being excited there for the first time. And, I realized there are rules. I mean, they had rules for, standing in line, and rules for, bringing things into the speedway. It was when I ran into these two gentlemen I got upset. As I was standing at this intersection waiting to cross, one of these police officers stopped a young man on a bike and began to lay into him. He did stop at the policeman's order, but for some reason this officer decided to rip him a new one. The policeman was under a lot of stress, or he was having a bad day, but for some reason he got personal with this young man. First, when the young man stopped, he said, "I see." And the police officer looked at him and said, "You don't need to see, you need to obey." And then he told the guy as the conversation went on, "I don't like your attitude. You need to calm down. If I put my hands on you, I'm going to arrest you." And I didn't really hear any of that from the young guy. He was kind of soft-spoken. But then the police officer told him, "See all these people? They're getting ready to walk now. But you're going to have to wait here until I tell you can go. You're messing up my traffic pattern." And, there was some other rude remarks he made to this fellow, but at that point I was only dejected at a little bit of the barking I received from the police. But when I heard this guy, I was really unhappy. So I went back and was really mad. And, I've seen a lot of other police abuse recently on the news and personally, and I was on a university campus recently taking pictures of ROTC, and got pulled aside and said, "You can't take pictures of us." And it just seems to me that we're becoming more and more like a police state. Now, I don't know exactly what law this guy on the bicycle was breaking or exactly what I was doing wrong, but I think police officers are here to serve us and not vice versa. And I think they could use a little bit of, training at least to deal with the public anymore, because they surely are very rude. And I don't think yelling at people and demeaning them is going to really help. I'm a teacher, and once in a while I'll lose my temper. I mean, my students know it, and I think they see it and understand it. But I've started to learn that you do catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. So when the police get like that and they start yelling at us, we stop listening. I mean, they're acting like little kids, and I think then sometimes we start acting like little kids, and we stop listening, and nothing gets done. So, and this came home to me when I was listening to a top 40 song the other day, I listened to top 40, got interested in it overseas just to get my American ambiance and I heard this new song that's became kind of an earworm to me, and somehow the message of that song, not just the la 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 of the music, hit home.
Hush, don't speak. When you spit your venom, keep it shut. I hate it when you hiss and preach about your new messiah, 'cause your theories catch fire.
I can't find your silver lining. I don't mean to judge, but when you read your speech, it's tiring. Enough is enough. I'm covering my ears like a kid. When your words mean nothing, I go la la la. I'm turning up the volume when you speak, 'cause if my heart can't stop it, I find a way to block it. I go if our love is running out of time, I won't count the hours. Rather be a coward when our worlds collide. I'm gonna drown you out before I lose my mind. I can't find your silver lining. I don't mean to judge, but when you read your speech, it's tiring. Enough is enough. I'm covering my ears like a kid. When your words mean nothing, I go la la la. I'm turning up the volume when you speak, 'cause if my heart can't stop it, I find a way to block it. I go I find a way to block it. Oh, when your words mean nothing.
I'm covering my ears like a kid.
I'm covering my ears like a kid. When your words mean nothing, I go la la la. I'm turning up the volume when you speak, 'cause if my heart can't stop it, I find a way to block it. I'm covering my ears like a kid. When your words mean nothing, I go la la la. I'm turning up the volume when you speak, 'cause if my heart can't stop it, I find a way to block it. I go I'm covering my ears like a kid.